Hi, everybody. I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right, this one's called Come to Smiling Saturday Morning. This fall on NBC. Step on up to the sunshine. Step on up to the groove. Yes, Smiling Saturday morning. They used to on Saturday mornings. We used to we used to have a long cinema of every cartoon and stuff that you can name of. That they would air it on Saturday mornings. So you get up in Saturday mornings, you get your bowl of cereal and get you some whatever you're gonna eat on and stuff, and sit there and just sit there and laugh and everything. Smiling Saturday morning. Look, I've got several programs that used to come on. I'm gonna name them off. And see if you can remember them. Okay. Number one was Thundercats. Thundercats. Thundercats, yeah. With Mumra on there and everything like that. Thundercats was a good, clean cartoon. It wasn't that much. Wasn't a lot of killing and stuff like that. It was like mostly they were fighting with swords. So that it was a good little program. But then there was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You know? Yes. Donatello and stuff like that. Yeah. My nephew used to love that. He used to love the Ninja Turtles. He used to watch it all the time. So matter of fact, you couldn't stop him from watching it. But that's how the cartoons were back then. They got you hooked on them. Then there was He-Man. He-Man, ho! He-Man. Yeah, He-Man was kind of cool. I forget who was on He-Man. I forget who was on He-Man, but He-Man was really good. So, man, I can't hardly remember it though. I don't know, man. Then number 4 was G.I. Joe. Yo, Joe. G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe. The great American hero. G.I. Joe. That was a good little cartoon. They had some good episodes on there. You know, Good memorable episodes. How many of y'all remember G.I. Joe? I had the action figures. But cartoon, I wasn't that keen on the cartoon. You know. And then there was the real Ghostbusters. Don't Ghostbusters. Yeah, the real Ghostbusters. That was like a corny little cartoon though. But I don't know. Maybe some people was deaf on watching it. The real Ghostbusters. Some people was deaf on watching it, but not me. But I watched it sometimes. I watch it every now and then. But if it wasn't nothing else on. But it couldn't hold my attention that much. But there was a lot of followers of Ghostbusters that was out there. Then there was the Transformers, robots in disguise, more than meets the eye. Yeah, Transformers. The Transformers. I remember it was Bumblebee was on there. That's the one I used to like. Yeah, but Transformers was okay, but it wasn't that much violence in there either. They used to change, come out and change it to a plane and stuff like that. Yeah, that was good though. And then there was Inspector Gadget. Inspector Gadget down. Yes, Inspector Gadget. That was another corny picture. It was a corny thing. It's corny to me now, you know. But I guess it was okay back in the day. But it was kind of corny, you know. But Go Gadget Go, his arms used to stretch out and stuff. It was okay, you know. But you know, then there was The Simpsons. Yeah, The Simpsons. Man, that era, they took over for a minute there. The Simpsons was taking over. People was watching it. It was more. It was like a kind of a little adult comedy, you know. So I don't know, man, but The Simpsons was all right. Bart Simpson and all of them. It was okay. Oh, sorry, you guys. And then there was oh yeah, Thundar the Barbarian. Remember that? Thundar the Barbarian. That was a nice little cartoon too. It wasn't that much violence in it either, but it was, you know, them trying to defeat a monster or something like that. So, but Thundar the Barbarian. Yeah. And then there was Garfield and Friends. Remember that? You guys used to remember the Garfield? That little cat? That orange cat? With the little stripes on them and stuff? The Garfield was a good cartoon if you was into that stuff. But it was a little corny though. It was corny. And then there was another one, the Smurfs. The Smurfs was okay, but it was another corny picture. It was corny. Some blue little midgets walking around and stuff like that. I don't know, man. But I think my sister used to love them, you know. They had the Smurf pillows and stuff like that. Everything like that. Alright. That was just about all of them. But last honorable mention. Last honorable mention. It was made in 1974. You know. Yeah. I'll see y'all remember this. Marshall, Will, and Holly on a routine expedition met this greatest earthquake ever known. High on the rapids, they struck our tiny raft. Knocked them down to the valley deep below, to the land of the lost. The land of the lost. Man, that was a good move. That was a good series, you know. It was a good series, you know. And they had these cavemen on there. What's his name? Chaka, you know. this caveman, and that was good. They had a good series going. I don't know what they stopped doing it for, but the dinosaurs were cheesy. The dinosaurs looked like little puppets or something, you know. But they were nice though. But the Land of the Lost was the best to me out of all of them, you know, because it was more based on real people. You know, they were real people, except, you know, the dinosaurs were like puppets, you know. You know. All right, you guys, make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share. Share my videos with your family. Share my videos with your friends. Share my videos with your loved ones. and even share it with your enemies. Peace. Adios. Salamat.